Yo, what's up guys, long time no see, but today we are talking about the latest turret tower meta changes, which is so significant that even ChatGPT agrees with me. We're gonna cover why turret towers are not the main damage source and why Teslas and Wasp gain more and more importance. But before we begin, quick information: I haven't uploaded recently because I have exam phase at my university. If you don't want to miss out on any upcoming content, feel free to subscribe, since I can tell that only 6% of you did that so far. So what is a turret tower really for in PvP? A lot of people think it's all about dealing damage, but that's not the case. Turret towers serve 2k roles. First of all, they're buying time. When the enemy attacks, they have to drain the turret ammo, which slows them down and gives you time to react. Second of all, they are controlling territory. Turrets help to claim land and provide cover for our troops, especially by targeting enemy players on their teams. Now, why do I say turret towers aren't about damage? Let's break it down with some quick numbers. A heavy turret deals about 400 damage per shot, but against a stagger with 200k HP, which we reached long ago on official servers, and a 80 armor saddle, the damage drops significantly. After saddle armor and a stagger plate damage reduction, we are looking at around 66 damage per shot. The math is shown on screen right now. Even if you have 100 turrets firing simultaneously, that's only 6600 damage per volley. That stagger can take about 30 volleys from all those turrets, and that's without factoring in mate boost, raising bonuses, veggie cakes, UD buff, and the fact that real towers usually have at least 40% tech turrets on them, and Teslas and the Wasp turret, maybe some Plant X, which deal less damage than the heavy turrets. So clearly, turrets alone aren't going to melt through enemy tanks. This is where our DPS tames come in. Archers, Gigas, Thylers and more. Take a Thyler for example. The split attack does 5% max HP damage. That's 10,000 damage to a 200k HP stagger from just one Thyler. Now imagine combining that with Tesla coils and Wasp turrets. These aren't about raw damage, they're about utility. Tesla stuns and applies a debuff to make them vulnerable to damage. And for flyers, the Wasp turret adds additional crowd control and disruption. In large strike battles, this strategy really shines. A turret tower filled with heavy turrets might pick off a few targets, but it won't stop a 50 enemy tower rush. However, a tower packed with Teslas and Wasp turrets can stun, debuff large groups of enemies all at once, making them easy targets for your DPS tames. Instead of trying to out-damage the enemy tanks, we are controlling the fight, creating vulnerabilities and letting our tames do the heavy lifting. This approach scales perfectly as the battle size increases. So to sum it up, turret towers aren't your main damage source anymore. They're support structures that buy time, control space and make enemies vulnerable for our real damage source, the tames that we have. Talking about the amount of Teslas that you should place and also Wasp turrets. Obviously you don't want 50% because we still want the damage from the turrets to kill players, to shoot flyers because they don't have a lot of HP, maybe to hurt DPS tames. But I think up to like 30% of all of your turrets is a reasonable number, because you want to cover every direction. You want to cover both utilities like the stun and the debuff to the enemies, and then also one Tesla can hit up to 5 tames. I know that, but I mean, just have more so you can hit, like I said, especially in larger scaled battles, just to hit more enemies. And then when it comes to the Wasp turret, I think you can go up to like 4 Wasp turrets in each corner if you're building smaller towers. Maybe just do one in the top area, one in the lower area, and then that should be fine as well. When it comes to Plant X turrets, I mean they have a good debuff when it comes to the slow, and that makes people not see shit. But the problem with those is that they can be destroyed by flame arrows, so you don't want that actually, because losing a turret to a flame arrow or to a few flame arrows is probably not the best thing that could happen to you. But I mean, just to cover your spam, you can place them every once in a while somewhere. They're still gonna be useful. So let's quickly hear what ChatGPT has to say about that. I will read it out for you. Yeah, I get it now. You're shifting the focus from static turret damage to dynamic battlefield control. Instead of trying to brute force through tanky dinos, you're using Teslas and Wasp turrets to create vulnerabilities, stunning enemies, applying debuffs and setting them up for your high DPS tames to clean house. It's like turning the turret tower into a support unit that amplifies your tribe's offensive power, especially effective when outnumbered. This strategy scales way better in large fights where raw turret damage would just get soaked anyway. And I think that's a good summary of the whole situation. I don't think that ChatGPT completely understands what a tank dyno is, but at the end it's the same system that we're working with, so it should be fine. I explained it pretty good to the system. So there's one more thing that I want to show you, which is a structure that's been built for quite a while now, but it is not shown in any of my videos yet, so I quickly want to show you that, which is a kill box. The kill box is used to, as it says, kill something, and we're killing stegos with our tilers. So the good thing about that is that you can just drag it out from your turret tower and build a flying small turret tower straight above it. So what happens is if you grab a enemy stego, you can drag it over here, drop it into the cage, and then the tech turrets, they will shoot the rider off because they have a perfect angle from on top, and with the splash damage they have, they will definitely kill the rider off. And then the heavy turrets are just protected against rockets, and then in that box down there, those tilers, they will, without your help, kill the stegos. And on that way, I'm gonna show you that. Grab that stego. That's the enemy, he will try to hit you now, blah blah blah. Normally you would need to like keep it in hand so your turrets don't shoot it and kill it with a archer, but like that you can just drop it in there, and those tilers, they will, when they're on aggressive, keep biting it. And like I said, those turrets there to kill the rider off, so the rider can't like shoot the walls with rocket launchers, anything like that. And as you see, the stego is already dead. So very easy, very good method, and very helpful in defense cases. Besides that, I hope you liked the video. I hope you like all the information that I gave you, and then hit the like button, the subscribe button, whatever all these people say, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye.